Hey folks, I hope you're having a really motorcycle lovely Saturday. I hope that it's pretty wherever you are. We're having a really nice sunny day here, but it is going to get crazy hot. So I thought I would take advantage of a little bit of a cool day in the Sunroom studio and catch you up on my June Journal a Day project. This is June the 11th, so I have 11 projects finished. There's only one that I don't have right here. I just realized that. Oh well. I'll show you what I've been doing, and I issued a challenge to myself because I sometimes at the end of the day I have a very intense work schedule, and sometimes at the end of the day all I really want to do is just kind of sit and do nothing. And I thought that a June Journal a Day challenge for myself would help me get out of the slump of not wanting to do anything at the end of the day. So my first journal was it's a very, very simple little journal, and I chose a brad for it as a closure that says go. Can you see that? And I thought, well, that'll be, a good one to start off with. This is a very, very basic journal made out of part of a macaroni box, and it has. I craft these flowers from the inside of envelopes. I think this is a cat hand butterfly. And it's filled with just plain old paper. Plain old paper. I covered it with some of my painted paper that I had on my desk. So that was June the 1st. And then on June the 2nd, I made an accordion fold book. And if you watch The Frugal Crafter, then you've seen her do this before. So you take one sheet of super ugly scrapbooking paper, and I seem to have quite a lot of that, and you accordion fold it in such a way that it makes it makes a little book, and it's super cool. And then you cover it the same way that I'm kind of old, so I remember this. We used to cover our books, our school books, so we could use them, and they didn't get too much damage. So that is the actual cover on this one. The next day, I had a tiny little a tiny little box upstairs. I think ball bearings came in it. My guy is an auto mechanic, so he had these little tiny boxes, and I just thought, well, that's pretty cool. I'll just make a little something out of that, and I did. It's just a little tiny box book. The next day, I think it was the next day, but I can't remember. I've been writing about this at tammybrackettdesigns.wordpress.com. So tammybrackettdesigns.wordpress.com will have my daily blog about what I was making that day. I'm kind of lost. I can't remember what I was making what day. This is a greeting card journal that was made out of angel greeting cards that I had either been sent or had been donated to me. And I finished it with a bead binding. I learned to do this from Jenny Belly, and you can go to, you can just Google Jenny Belly, and she has several sites. She's a wonderful teacher. But this one turned out really good. I've been drawing angels, and I wanted a specific book that I could draw angels in. So I degreeded the cards, which is basically putting acrylic paint on them. Made use of the backs of the cards. I even inserted some 140 weight watercolor paper. And that's a card. And then you just degreed the inside of it. So that was a journal. My friend Joey sent me these incredible watercolors. And she sent me the palette that she had made to go along with her watercolors. She is a very precious soul to me, so this became something that I would treasure because it came out of her art studio. It's actually her hands that painted this, so of course it meant a lot to me. And I bound some watercolor paper together just with a simple ring binder. It's not that complicated. But I've already started doing some little landscape watercolors in there. And that was one of my journal a day for June. Let's see. I also, this one. This is from my friend Ping. She sent me this scrap of fabric, and it is a canvas scrap of fabric. And she said she didn't know what she wanted to do with it, and it had been lying about in her art room for a long time, and would I like to have it? And of course I said yes. I colored it. Ping suggested that I use Pitt pens, and that worked great. First time I had ever used Pitt pens, first time I had ever drawn on canvas, colored on canvas. The Pitt pens were a gift from my son, and I had used them for, just coloring, but I had never used them on canvas. So Ping suggested that I use Pitt pens on canvas, and I did. And I made just a little journal, a little fold-out journal. Very simple. I think this is 24-pound paper, but it's a super cool little journal that I can, I can take. I thought it would make a really nice travel journal when I go and see my mom and dad. And I finished it with just a very basic little button right there. I'm missing. Oh, okay. Here it is. I made Midori style notebooks, traveler's notebooks, out of pizza boxes. And my process is, again, on the blog, tammybrackettdesigns.wordpress.com. And you can see how this one came together. This is a great craft for the kids over the summer. It's made out of a pizza box. I mean, we have a lot of those, right? A frozen pizza box will make 4 of these passport-sized Midori-style notebooks. And then I also showed you how to make the little inserts that go in the notebooks, which I think I put 2 in here. There's 1, there's 2, and it's a very clever little binding technique. And you just flip that over there, and it holds your Midori style traveler's notebook all together. Great craft for kids, so easy to do. They will need help on the binding though. And today's, I'm missing a journal. It's my folded photo journal, but I'll show you that later. This morning I made an inspiration station type journal. This is 1 sheet of paper folded a very kind of specific way, and then I decorated it. You can go 2 ways with this. You can decorate that whole sheet of paper and then fold it and all that stuff, or you can do what I did and fold my paper and then I decorated it. The very cool thing is on the inside of these journals, I did some actual journaling. I did some writing about a subject that was bothering me. I needed to get it off my chest. So after I got it off my chest, I don't want to see it anymore. So I folded it into my little book. And this is a little book about change, which is very, very, it's very dear to my heart right now. And I used choice watercolors to do some coloring on it. And it's super simple. My favorite thing about it is the quotes. A feeling is a change of destiny, and I put that on the cover. That's Neville Goddard. The inside is the only failure is the failure to try, which is this main huge quote in the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. It's spoken by Evelyn Greenslade, and Evelyn is played by the marvelous Judi Dench. And this is a quote that I incorporated in the hair of this girl. Here's one of my flower power flowers. And this one says, infinite patience produces immediate effects. And that's from A Course in Miracles. This is Dr. Wayne Dyer. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. I miss him so much. This is the last page. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. The binding is very simple. I used a reinforcer, and then I just did a brad on the front. I do not know what I'm going to do for tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the month, but I'm committed to this journal a day thing. So join me over at tammybrackettdesigns.wordpress.com and see what happens next in our little sunroom studio. Y'all have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.